George Russell hadn't won on a Sunday since round one, and he beat Verstappen without even having the fastest car. By the end, you'll see exactly how he pulled it off. Overnight, all the noise was about that single yellow flag in qualifying and whether George Russell should even have started on pole. But points are won on Sunday, and this race was set up beautifully. Russell had not won a Sunday since the very first round of the season, and here he was leading at the Red Bull Ring with Max Verstappen's upgraded Red Bull right on his tail for 71 laps. The pace line tells the story. Russell out front, never cracking, controlling the gap at every pit window. This was no dominant cruise. It was a disciplined, nervy front-running drive, and it has thrown his championship year right back into life. But here's the thing the headline hides. Strip out the fuel weight and look at the pure pace, and Verstappen was actually the quicker car late on. His best phase around a 1:11 flat edged Russell's 1:11.2, and Kimi Antonelli in the other Mercedes was faster than both, dipping into the 10.8s. So why didn't they pass? Because Russell never gave them the window. Clean air, no mistakes, and just enough in hand to keep the door shut. That's how you win without the fastest car. Which brings us to Antonelli, who quietly drove the smartest race of anyone. While Russell and Verstappen bailed out of their opening mediums around lap 18 or 19, Kimi stretched his all the way to lap 24. Same compound, 6 extra laps of life. That gave him fresher rubber for the run home, and it's exactly why he set the fastest lap of the race, a 1:10.3. He came home third on the podium and frankly looked like the car with the most left in the tank. So where was this duel actually won and lost? Not on the straights, oddly. Verstappen's Red Bull was clocking 3:22 through the traps to Russell's 3:13, and he was quicker in the first 2 sectors too. Russell clawed it all back in the final sector, the twisty uphill run to the line. Every lap Verstappen would close, then lose it again where it mattered most. That's a setup and tyre trade-off in action, and it's the difference between leading the race and finishing a very frustrated second. Ferrari, though, they started second and third and came away 5th and 8th, and the data shows exactly why. With track temperatures over 50 degrees, the hard was the race tyre, and Ferrari simply had no pace on it, the slowest of the front-running teams, which forced both cars into a third stop, while the leaders stopped only twice, and once they dropped back, they could not climb back, for the reason Verstappen gave in the cool-down room. Ferrari was strong in the slow corners, but slow on the straights, and the trap speeds back him up. That lack of straight-line speed left them stranded in traffic. Hamilton grabbed a near-free stop under a mid-race caution to rescue 5th, but Leclerc, even on fresh softs late on, had far too much ground to recover. For a team that arrived talking up its engine, this was pure damage limitation. Let's go back to tyre management because it decided the podium order. On the medium, Antonelli was the kindest of the lot, losing just over a 10th a lap, while rivals like Piastri and Hadjar were closer to 1300ths and fading faster. In 50-degree heat, that gentleness is pure gold. It's what let Kimi run those 6 extra laps in the first stint without falling off a cliff, and it's the single clearest reason a rookie in his first full season is currently leading this World Championship. McLaren had their own little story. Oscar Piastri took 4th, Lando Norris 7th, and the sector data shows Piastri with the edge in the first and final sectors, while Norris nibbled a bit back in the middle. Closely matched, but Piastri delivered when it counted. And don't ignore the bigger picture. McLaren's straight line speed jumped right up the order this weekend. That's not one magic part. That's a team steadily learning how to extract more from this new rules car, race by race. Andrea Stella still wants more intensity, mind. So what does all this do to the title race? Antonelli still leads it, and comfortably on 171 points with 5 wins to his name already. But Russell's victory has shaken up the chase right behind him. The win lifts George to second in the championship on 131, leapfrogging Lewis Hamilton, who slips to third on 125. So Mercedes now hold both of the top 2 places in the drivers' table, and Antonelli's closest challenger is his own teammate. The lead is still commanding, but the picture just got a lot more interesting. It is an even more one-sided story in the constructors. Mercedes leave Austria on 302 points, with both cars on the podium today and 7 wins between them this season. Ferrari sit a distant second on 204, McLaren third and climbing fast on 159, and Verstappen's resurgent Red Bull 4th on 115. 2 cars in the top 3 on a brutal baking afternoon. That is the mark of the most complete package on the grid this season. So there is your race, and now we can answer the question everyone was asking overnight. That contested pole, the one a double yellow might have wiped away, Russell turned it into a commanding win. So yes, the flag call mattered. It genuinely shaped the result. But be fair to him, he controlled this race from lights to flag and had the pace to win it from wherever he started. The real winners were Mercedes, who left with both ends of the championship looking comfortable. Spare a thought for Verstappen, who dragged a tyre-hungry Red Bull up to second and split the silver arrows, a proper drive. And spare a wince for Ferrari, front row on Saturday, 5th and 8th on Sunday. So here is my question for you. Did Russell's win settle the pole debate for good, or does that single yellow still deserve an asterisk? Tell me in the comments if you enjoyed the breakdown. Hit like and subscribe for fresh data analysis after every race.